Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about validation. What is validation? Validation is recognition or affirmation that a person or their feelings or opinions are valid or worthwhile. So, validation. Do we really need other people's validation? That's a question that we all probably had or wondered about. The answer is no, you don't. The only validation that really matters is your own. And some people go through their whole life waiting for validation from someone else. But why? You know, I'm sure we all had this when we were a kid or growing up. You wanted to be a doctor, nurse, or whatever may have you. You grew up wanting to be the best for everybody, wondering about what everybody was thinking about you, wondering, oh my God, if I do this, what is this person going to think? Oh my God, I have to do this so I can please my mom, please this person, please that person. But as you grow, you realize that the only validation you really need is that of your own. When you grow to a certain stage, how do I say this? You don't really care what other people think, because at the end of the day, anything or any choice that you make in your life, you're the one that has to deal with that. No one else. If you go through your whole life waiting on someone else's validation, it's a lot of things you want to accomplish in life, because not everyone is going to agree or be behind you on what you decide to do. That's just like me, for example. I'm growing up, okay? I didn't graduate from high school. Why? Because I was bored with school. So I decided and opted to go get my GED. I went to college. It wasn't for me. I went to nursing school. I wanted to complete it, but I had so much other things going on in life at that time that made it very difficult for me to focus on that. And sometimes we go through life and there's things that you want to do and you don't accomplish them, or it doesn't work out the way that you wanted to work out, and you get stuck in that stance and thinking about, oh my God, now people going to think this of me, people's going to think that of me. Who gives a what people think of you? Think about that. It's just like, we all want to have healthy relationships. You want to get married. You want to do this and you want to do that. But sometimes things just don't work out as planned that way. And that's like me, just speaking on myself. Like I said, I didn't finish high school. I dropped out twice. I went back the second time, just I feel the strength of, because, oh my God, my family said, if you go back to school, you get all good grades, we're going to get you a car. Awesome. I went back to school for that reason. And it wasn't that I couldn't do the work, because when I focused, I got excellent grades. But at the same time, I was bored there. It was just like, what am I learning here? I was too focused on, I had a job at the time. When I was 16, 15 and a half, I got my first job. Not because someone told me to go get a job, because I decided I wanted to go get a job. When I dropped out of school the first time, I was 16. My mom didn't say, well, you don't go to school, you're going to get a job. No, I said that I'm not going to go to school, so I'm going to get a job, because I don't want to sit around here not doing nothing. I had that ambition within myself at 16 to do that. When I did go back to school, again, my senior year, I decided to drop out. Again, and I only needed 5 credits. Like now that I look at things, I think about like I could have just finished, no biggie. But I decided and opted to go get my GED. I opted to go to college when I was ready. And like I said, it's just not for everybody. And I look at things now, it's people out here that have degrees, masters, and everything, and they're not making any more than I would make in my regular job. It's government jobs out here. We all have that. Oh, the government jobs pay so much. Oh my God. If you look at what government jobs actually pay, honey, I make more than that not working for the government. And we all have that thing, oh, I want to get me a job for a good company and this and that. Okay. I went down that road as well. I worked for UPS in the supply chain solutions for 6.5 years. And in 2020, in the midst of the pandemic and everything, it was just like that job was draining me so much mentally. I had to figure out what's more important to me, my mental health or staying at this job and wondering what everyone's going to think if I decide to do something different, because this is such a good job to have. But at the same time, yeah, it's a good job, but if I'm not in a mental state to be able to accomplish my job, and which I was able to accomplish the job, but like I said, it was draining me so much, and it was so much more that I wanted to do. But you have that fear within you of what are they going to think or what someone else is going to think. I decided to not care about the validation of what someone else would think of me, and I followed my dreams on what I wanted to do. So it was at that point that I decided I had my business up for LB Special Helpers. I created my page like years prior, probably like 2018. Actually, it was before that. I created that page in like 2016, but it took me until 2020 to decide to actually put the foot forward and do what I wanted to do and not care what someone else is going to think, and just take that leap of faith up on my own and give myself the validation that I can do this. So at that time I was living in South Carolina. I didn't really like it there. It was too slow for me. Keep in mind I'm from St. Louis. I'm a city girl. So being in the country life and being so slow, it just did not work out for me like I wanted to. It was beautiful there, but I had to get away. So I went home to St. Louis for a while. And during that time frame, it's the midst of the pandemic, I said, you know what? I'm going to do something with my own business now. And needless to say, I was actually really successful with my business in St. Louis. I had clients for my cleaning service. I had clients steady coming in for my independent contractor service, as far as like painting and landscaping and all that kind of stuff. We had clients coming in for that. So actually, my business was really becoming successful while I was in St. Louis, but I knew St. Louis was not where I wanted to be. So I decided at that point to move to Houston. And I stayed in Houston for a while. I stayed in Houston for over a year, and I just did not like Houston. To each his own. Everyone have their own, niche. That's just not for me. I'm not a party girl or anything. I'm more business oriented, and so I wasn't really focusing on my business there. And then I decided, you know what? I don't only want to do my cleaning service. I want to do cooking and catering and meal prep and infuse foods and make edibles and stuff like that. So that's when I put my focus on at the LB spot and decided that, you know what, that's what I want to do. And me coming up with that decision, that actually brought along the reason why I moved to Vegas when at that time. Well, I moved to Vegas last year, 2022. And that all came from, you know what, I want to do edibles. I was researching and saw that they implemented a bill in Vegas to have consumption lounges, and I thought that, that's what I wanted to do. But after I did more research on it, I decided that, all of the red tape that they had around for that and that was just like, I can do so much more and to get around that. So I came up with my edibles. I'm selling plates, doing this and doing that. And so many people, and I have to say, really, Vegas was the hardest time. That was the hardest transition that I ever had. And it come to a point to sometimes, like you even might want to give up because I went through so much there. That, like I said, that was a very trying time and transition for me, to the point to where there was times to where people close to you, they don't know what's going on in your head. They don't know what your vision is. They're on the outside looking in. So I had people turn their back on me, people not understand. Why are you doing this? Why are you moving here? Why are you doing that? Why did you do this? Why? You know what? I decided at that time also, I don't need anyone else's validation, because guess what? I'm the one who has to live with these decisions that I make. I'm the one that if I fall, I have to pick myself back up. I can't depend on them to pick me up or anything. Now, given there were a lot of people that were there and in my corner and had faith, and every day those people were blessed to me. I'm forever grateful for those people. And without those people that were there, you know, I probably would have been in a state of mind to where, oh my God, I just gotta give up. So many people just fall hard and just, give up. But that's just not me. Giving up is not me. So I strive through everything. I was working down there, still focusing on my business, and it was actually great once I came up out of that bind. But that goes to say that the validation again, you don't need validation from other people. Just think about, even with the light bulb, think about if he threw that out there, the idea out there to people like, the light bulb. What you need a light bulb for? Don't do that. That's stupid. And he was like, you know what? I ain't gonna make this light bulb. Guess what? Someone else would have made it, and it would have been an awesome invention, just like it was when he decided to come up with that light bulb. So I said that to say, don't let someone else validate you. The only person's validation that matters is your own, because people go throughout their whole life not knowing what their niche is, and not following their dreams, and not doing the things that they want to do in life because of what someone else thinks of them, or think of their idea, or that's not going to work. Why would you do that? People ask me all the time, edibles, you just like weed. Why you gonna make some edibles? That's just, you just want some weed. You right, I do like weed. That's why I came up with a way to implement something that I like to do into something else that I like to do, which is cooking, which is feeding people. And so therefore, even when I was selling my plates, oh my God, that was like awesome, just to get the rave reviews that I was getting from my customers, my edibles, getting the rave reviews I was getting from my customers, people utilizing my edibles for pain relievers, utilizing them for sleep tactics, and to help them better relax. And for those people who want to indulge but don't want to smoke, they want the edibles. So that all worked out. And for all of the people who was looking at me like, why would you do that? Now nobody how that's gonna work. Well, you know what? It worked just fine. That's why I'm where I'm at now with it. I'm still in the process and getting everything up. But if I listen to everyone else's validation and telling me, how does that make sense? Why are you doing this? Why are you moving here? Why are you moving there? Because I want to. That's the thing. So when someone tries to give you their opinion, there's nothing wrong. Well, listen to someone's opinion. Everyone has an opinion. Everybody got an asshole, but everybody don't shit the same, So it's just like, that leads to say, like, if I would have went off of what everyone else thought or what everybody else wanted me to do, I would never be happy. I would never find the things that actually works for me. Just like growing up as a kid, I was never that one to, I had an awesome, my big sister, she was there. She was, tried to guide me in the right direction and everything. Don't do this. I've already experienced this. I've already experienced that. But how do you learn in life if you don't go through life and make your own mistakes and experience things so that you know what works for you? You know, I understand you might experience those mistakes and you're telling me don't do this and don't do that because you've experienced that, but we're different. Your experience may have been different, just like, you know. So I say that to say that never let a person validate you. Never let a person's validation of you, or you feel that you have to depend on someone's validation so heavy that you cheat yourself out of your dreams. That goes back to like in my previous video where I stated about self-worth. You have to know your worth. You have to know your self-worth. No one else knows your worth but you. You could teach a person and show them what your worth is, and they still wouldn't get it. And that's not for everybody. But the moral of the story is you need no one's validation but your own. Don't let anyone tell you that your idea is stupid or don't do that because this is going to happen. They don't know that. Only you do. And even if it doesn't work out for you, okay, that didn't work out for you. Hell, I had a whole marriage that didn't work out for me, but you know what? That don't mean that I'm going to be like, well, I don't never want to get married again because that didn't work out. No, that's not true. I just know that this time to think wiser, to make sure that the next time I do it, it's right and it's not rushed. And the next time I do it, make sure that whoever I marry is my best friend. You know, I had people that tell me when I decided to do it, don't do it, don't do it. And but you know what, now I look at it like, yeah, I should have listened to them. But guess what? If I wouldn't have never did it, I wouldn't have never knew that that wouldn't have worked out for me. It might have been a thing in my mind. They'd be like, dang, I wonder how that would have worked out. Now I know. And now I know what not to do next time. I know what I want for the next time. I know what's my happiness. I know what makes me happy. So, like I said, never let anyone's validation of you stop you from doing what you want to do. If you feel you want to go conquer the world, you want to go out there and explore space, fuck, go for it. I'm not going to be the one to tell you to stop you. I'm going to root for you. Hey, shit, I wish I was that brave to do that. But I don't know about that. I wouldn't mind going to space, but I don't know about that. But that's just like even with this YouTube. I am not a person that likes a lot of attention. And I'm really shy to a certain extent. So I have so many thoughts in my head, but it takes so much for me to open up to people like that. So this is stepping out of my comfort zone, but I know what I want now. I know that in order for my businesses to be successful, I'm going to have to speak to people. I want to be able to talk to people. Like, people come to me for advice all the time. It's like, it's so easy for you to give advice, but it's so hard for you to take your own advice. This time I decided to take my own advice because guess what? Only my validation matters to me. I listen to other people's opinion. I might agree with some people on certain things, and I may disagree, and that's okay. That doesn't make me wrong. That doesn't make you wrong. That just means that I am the decision maker of my life. I am the one who validates me, no one else. And I hope that that helps someone, and that you just know that it's okay to listen to other people's opinion, but never let anyone knock you for what you want to do. Only your validation matters because you're the one that has to live with your final decision after whatever the outcome may be of your choice. So take that in stride and roll with it. And until the next video,